Now coming back to this, que horas são? What time is it? So in this chapter, we will talk about time. So we will learn how to, read the clock in Portuguese and how to talk about different times. There will be some times which we will express in digits. Like if I want to say 5:30, I will say it in digits, 5:30. But there will be some numbers which we can use in literature, in words. Okay? For example, if I want to say it is 12 p.m., I can also say it is midday. So when I'm saying it is midday, then I'm not using any numbers, but I'm still saying part of the part of the I'm using a word to by using the word itself. I'm saying the time of the day. Okay. So it is midday, meio-dia, meio-dia. So like this, we use the different words or digits to express time. Then there are some particular times for which again we use words. Like let's say in English, we say it is 5:30. In other words, we can also say it is 5:30. Half. That means the clock has covered half a part of the clock. The needle has covered half part of the clock. That is why we say half an hour, 5:30. Or if I want to say 5:15, then I will say 5:15. That is, the needle has covered quarter part, 1/4 part of the clock. So we say 5:15. So there are different ways to express the same number or same particular time in every language, and we will learn all of that in Portuguese today. So mostly the very common question is que horas são? That is, what time is it? And we answer it with são, then the number, and then horas. São 8 horas, por exemplo. São 8 horas. Now, if we are simply stating time, that is, we are saying it is 8 p.m., then we will use the word são, são 8 horas. But if we want to relate any event or activity with the time, then we will use horas. I want this to be very clear to everyone. Let me explain this. Um momento, por favor. Eu vou remover todas essas coisas. O melhor é que eu vou compartilhar uma nova tela. Vou share a new screen e vamos ver todos os tempos em nova tela um momento. Okay. When we are simply stating the time, then we use the word são. Por exemplo, são 8 horas. Or we can say são 8 horas da noite. At night. Right? São 8 horas da noite. But when we are, stating or relating the time with a particular event or activity, then we say às 8 horas da noite. For example, this sentence, são 8 horas da noite, it means it is 8 at night or in the evening. But this one means às 8 horas, it means at the 8 hours at night. So here, for example, a nossa aula é às 8 horas da noite. Our class is at 8 at night. So we are relating an event with the time. That is why we are using às at the. So our class is at 8 in the evening. When we are simply stating time, then we will use são. When we are relating time with certain activity, we will say ash. Second thing, in Portuguese, we always use the 24-hour clock format. Very, very important. So we don't have any AM, PM. So if I want to say 7 PM, it actually becomes 19 horas. If I want to say 11 PM, it becomes 23 horas. So this is the 24-hour clock format. How it works is we have midnight, that is 00. This is midnight. In Portuguese, we'll call it meia-noite. Midnight, meia-noite. Or we can say meia-noite, midnight. After this, since midnight to sunrise, this time is called madrugada. This is, let's say, wee hours of the morning. Now, what is this time? These are timings like, 1 a.m. So it is the next day already, but it is still dark. We have not seen the daylight, but it is the next day already. After 12, we consider it to be the next day, right? So like that, after 12, for example, 1 a.m. is a time of madrugada. It is the early morning, the morning time which is still dark. So 1 a.m. will be called as uma hora. Here we are not using são, we are using a, because we have only one, uma hora. If I want to say 3:30 a.m. Now I will use são, because now it is plural. São 3:30 horas. São 3:30 horas. Here we are using são. So all these times are of madrugada. After this, sunrise to midday. Sunrise to midday is called manhã, that is morning, or we can also call it dia, that is day. So what are the kind of timings we have here? For example, 7 de manhã, 7 a.m. 7 a.m. will remain 7 only. 7 horas da manhã. Or we can just say 7 horas. São 7 horas. Por exemplo, 11:30 a.m. We can say são 11:30 horas. So what is this word meia? What does it mean?
Midnight.
Sorry? Meia, only the word meia. What does it mean?
Half.
Half. Yes. It's not midnight. Midnight, we are using meia-noite. If you look carefully, we are already using the word night or noite for night. Meia means mid or half. Okay? So 11 horas. Here we can either say 30 horas, that is 30 minutes, or we can say meia horas, that is 11 and half. If I say 9:15 a.m., then there are two ways of saying this. I can either say são 9:30 minutos, 30 minutes. 30 minutos. Usually when we write, we don't write in words. We will always write in numbers. But just for the explanation, I'm writing in words. Okay. We should write in numbers like this, in digits. São 9 horas e 30 minutos. This is one way. The second way is são, sorry, it's not 30, it's 15. 15 minutes. Second way is são 9 horas e meia. Sorry, not meia again, I'm sorry. Quarto, we call it quarto. Quarter past 15. जैसे हिंदी में हम 9:15 को 9:15 कहते हैं ना, 9:15. Sawa is nothing but 1/4, and 1/4 in Portuguese will be called as quarto. So let us look at this word separately once. We have meia, that is half, that is actually 30 minutes. And then we have quarto, that is quarter, that is 15 minutes. Very important words. So when we actually speak in the spoken language, in the popular language, we do not use like 15, meia, or 30. We'll directly say meia or 15, quarto. फॉर एग्जाम्पल हिंदी में हम ये नहीं कहते हैं कि 1:30 हुए हैं, हम सीधे कहते हैं 1:30 बजे हैं. हम ये नहीं कहते 7:30 हुए हैं, हम कहते हैं 7:30 बजे हैं. So these are the common words that we use. For 30 minutes we say meia. For 15 minutes we say quarto. So let's continue to see more timings. Then from midday to sunset, like before sunset, this time is called tarde, that is afternoon. Tarde, we have already seen boa tarde, so this is afternoon. Now for this time we are talking after 12 p.m. 12 p.m. will be called meio-dia. Meio-dia, half day, 12 p.m. Now after 12 p.m., what we do in India, we say 1 p.m. But this in Portuguese, it becomes 3 horas. So either you can say 3 horas or you can also say uma hora. Uma hora. But if you want to say uma hora, then you have to mention uma hora the tarde. It is compulsory that you have to mention. Otherwise, we'll not know it is 1 in the morning or 1 in the afternoon. So if you say 13 hours, then there will be no confusion because we cannot have two 13 hours. We can have only one 13 hours. That is 1 p.m. इसके दो नहीं हो सकते. पर अगर आप कहते हो कि 1 बजे है, तो 1 बजे का दो टाइम हो सकता है. एक या तो दोपहर के बज सकते हैं या फिर रात के बज सकते हैं. तो हमें क्लियरली मेंशन करना पड़ेगा कि तार्द है या मैया है. So it is better to avoid this way altogether because mostly we use the military time in Portuguese, or what we say the 24-hour format. So after 12 p.m. we will always go to 13, 14, 15 until 23. Let's look at it. So if I say 4 p.m., what will be 4 p.m. in Portuguese?
Centauros.
No, 60 means 60. 60.
16.
16, yes. So we'll say 16 horas. If I say 16 horas, then I don't have to add anything to this. But I can also say 4 horas. But there I have to add the tarde or de tarde. Let's say 7 p.m. Qual é 7 p.m. em português?
Set horas.
If you say set horas, then you have to add something. What is that you have to add?
Noite, ma'am. 7 horas de noite.
The
Yes.
noite.
One way is set horas de noite. What is the other way?
18 horas.
19 horas.
19 horas.
Yes. 19 horas. Now, if I say 19 horas, then I don't have to add anything because there can be only one 19 hours. But if I say 7, there can be two 7 hours. So in that I have to mention 7 set horas de noite or set horas de manhã. Now after sunset to midnight, this time is called noite. So it includes evening plus night. Like we have a separate word in English for evening, we don't have that in Portuguese. So after sunset, once it's dark, we will say noite or noite. So if I take something like 9 p.m., how will you say it in Portuguese?
No horas da noite.
Yes. So we in full sentence we'll actually say são 9 horas de noite. Or what is the other way in 24-hour format?
24 horas.
No, 24. 24 is 24.
21.
21.
Yes. 21 horas. Okay. If I say 11:20 p.m., I'll write this one. 11:20 p.m. So we say são 11 horas e 20 minutos da noite. Or we can say são 23 e 30. Desculpa, 23 e 20. That is 23:20. São 23 e 20 horas. So let us do some more numbers like this. What if it is 10:40 p.m.?
São 22 horas.
22 e
Noite.
no,
No.
we have the 40 as well. 10:40 p.m.
40.
22 e 40. Isso. Horas. We'll always end with horas. What is the other way we can say it? São
10 e 40 horas de noite.
yes, 10 e 40 horas de noite. Okay, if I write 10:19 p.m. São 8:19 p.m.
São 8.
Yes.
19 horas.
Then it's not complete yet. São 8:19 horas. Then
Da noite.
yes.
Noite.
Unless I add that, it is not complete. It's still incomplete because you're saying 8:19. You're not saying it in 24-hour clock format. 8:19 दो टाइम हो सकते हैं, या तो रात के हो सकते हैं या दिन के भी हो सकते हैं. तो वहां पे मेंशन करना जरूरी है, otherwise it will create confusion. See, just I'll take a moment to explain this. See, these might be silly mistakes from your side when you are working with this language. But this mistake, if you do not mention of night or of day, if you don't mention this can be a huge misunderstanding in the company or in the corporate that you're working. ठीक है, अगर आप किसी कंपनी में एक्चुअली काम कर रहे हो, वहां पे आपको जरूरत है टाइम बताने की. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, यू सेट अ मीटिंग एट 8 p.m. in Indian time and something else in Brazilian time, whatever it is, it might create a huge confusion if you forget to mention whether it is the noit or the tard or what it is. Okay, the maya. If you do not mention that and you are using the 12-hour clock format, then it will create a huge confusion. So mostly professionals always use 24-hour clock format. But if you are using 12 hours, then you have to, it is compulsory. You have to mention whether it is of night or it is of the morning.
And
So,
can you explain again 24-hour format?
sorry, Rajiv.
I have not understand 24-hour format.
ओके, सी इंडिया में हम ज्यादातर 12 आवर क्लॉक फॉर्मेट यूज करते हैं, और 24 आवर क्लॉक फॉर्मेट जैसे आप कभी ट्रेन का या फ्लाइट की टाइमिंग देखेंगे या फिर कंप्यूटर में ज्यादातर जो टाइम चलता है वो सब 24 आवर क्लॉक फॉर्मेट में चलता है. 24 आवर क्लॉक फॉर्मेट यानी जैसे हम इंडिया में जो टाइम AM PM में यूज करते हैं, तो 12 PM होने के बाद यानी दोपहर के 12 बजने के बाद दोबारा 1 बजता है, राइट. घड़ी दोबारा 1 पे वापस आती है और हम कहते हैं 1 बजा है. पर वहीं पे हम 1 की जगह अगर 13 कह दें तो वो 24 आवर क्लॉक फॉर्मेट हो गया. यानी 12 के बाद दोबारा 1 नहीं बजेगा, 12 के बाद 13, 14, 15 ऐसे चलते रहेगा. ओके, सो दैट इज 24 आवर क्लॉक. क्योंकि हम पूरे 24 घंटे को 24 घंटे की तरह ही देख रहे हैं, हम उसको 12-12 में डिवाइड नहीं कर रहे हैं. यूजुअली हम डिवाइड करके बात करते हैं, पर 24 आवर क्लॉक फॉर्मेट में हम डिवाइड ही नहीं करते. 12 के बाद 13, 14, 15 आता है. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So internationally, we tend to follow this number system of the 24-hour clock format to avoid any kind of confusion. क्योंकि मैं अगर सिंपली आपको बोल दूं कि 8 बजे क्लास है, तो आपको नहीं पता है कि 8 बजे शाम के हैं या 8 बजे सुबह के. We don't know. So either you mention 8 in the evening or you say 8 p.m. Then it is clear. But to avoid this kind of confusion, we simply say you have a class at 20 hours. When you say 20 hours, that is very clear that you have a class at night only. But if I just say 8 hours, then it doesn't make any sense. So in the 24-hour clock format, if I say 8 hours, for example, if I say you have a class at 8 hours, then what does it mean? It is in the morning or in the evening? Or you don't know from this sentence?
It's not clear.
Sorry?
It's not clear that it's a AM or PM.
But I have mentioned 8 hours.
8.
In the 24-hour clock format, what does 8 hour mean?
I think it's morning and AM.
It is in the AM.
Yeah,
Okay, if
morning
it
at
is
8.
mentioned like this, then 8 only comes once, right? If I say 1, 1 से लेके 24 तक अगर मैं गिनती करूं तो 8 तो एक ही बार आएगा ना. पहली बार जब आएगा वो 8 सुबह के बजे हैं. Okay, 8 hours in the morning. So you have to be very clear when we do not have any, the noit or the tard mentioned, it is not wrong or incomplete information. It is a morning timing. Okay, so if I say são 11 horas, it does not mean that it is incomplete information. It is 11 in the morning. It is 11 a.m. So whatever numbers come before 12, they are actually denoting morning time, and the numbers that come after 12, they denote the times after 12, that is the afternoon and night time, evening, afternoon, evening and night. That comes after 12. So if I say 13 hours, then you know that it is after midday. It is afternoon time. So this is how your mind should actually be active in this. So let us just practice a few random numbers. For example, let's say 9:21 p.m. So we'll start with song.
São 9. 20 AM.
20 e.
21 Horas de noite.
What is the other way in 24-hour format?
It will be 22.
21.
22. Mhm.
Not 22, it is 21.
Ah,
9 is 21 actually.
yeah, sorry. Horas de noite.
Again 21. 21, 21. This number actually
Yeah,
becomes
21. Sorry, 21. Horas de noite.
21 e 21 horas. Here we don't need to mention de noite. Great. Let's take 2:15 p.m. Someone else. Rashmi has already spoken. I want someone else to speak. 2:15 p.m. Come on, guys, let's speak.
São 14 e 15 horas.
14 e 15 horas. Very good. Is there any other way we can say it?
São 2
São 2
e 4. São 2 e 15
15. Yes.
tarde.
Horas de
Horas
tarde.
de tarde.
Okay. Can I replace the word 15 here? 15 को replace कर सकते हैं?
4 से.
Quarto, not quattro. See, very important. Quattro अगर हम बोलेंगे इसका मतलब है 4. ठीक है? और quarto बोलते हैं तो इसका मतलब होता है 4th या फिर 1/4.
Quart.
It is quarter. So it's very important that we notice quattro जिसमें t पहले आ रहा है उसका मतलब quarto जिसमें r पहले आ रहा है उसका मतलब है quarter, 1/4 या फिर 4th भी होता है ऑर्डिनल नंबर जो हमने अभी पढ़ा था. So 2:15 can be finally written in 3 ways. So I can say são 14 e 15 horas, or in this only I can also say são 14 e quarto. Remember quarto horas. Okay, one more. Let's say it is 4:55 p.m. Someone quickly answer this. 4:55 p.m.
São 4:55
Muito bem.
da tarde.
Sim. São 4:55 de tarde. And what about the other way? In 24-hour format?
São 16:55.
Yes. So 16:55. Now, if you notice this number, for example, when we talk in Hindi, do we actually say 4:55 बजे हैं? हम कहते हैं 5 बजने में 5 मिनट बचे हैं. It's 5 to 5 p.m. 5 बजने में अभी 5 मिनट बचे हैं. Okay. So how will you say that in Portuguese? When we have to count backwards, यानी 5 से लेके हम गिनती कर रहे हैं कि अभी भी 5 मिनट बचे हैं 5 बजने में. तो ऐसी जब गिनती होती है तो पोर्चुगीज में कैसे कहेंगे? So first we will talk about the minutes. We will say são 5 minutos para. Para means 2, right? Para 5 horas. Let's take more examples and understand this better. For example, if I say 11:40 a.m. So one way I can say são 11:40 horas, or I can say são 20 minutos para meio-dia. Meio-dia means, what time is it? Meio-dia.
Morning.
What exact time is it? Meio-dia. It is talking about an exact time. Meio-dia.
12 a.m.
12 p.m. midday. ठीक है, दोपहर के 12 बजे हैं. तो दोपहर के 12 बजने में 20 मिनट बचे हैं. São 20 minutos para meio-dia. São 20 minutos para meio-dia. Okay. If I say it is 13:50 hours. So são 3 horas e 50 minutos. एक तो ये तरीका हो गया. São 3 horas e 50 minutos. Também podemos falar são 10 minutos para 14 horas. 10 minutes to 2 p.m. or 10 minutes to 14 hours. So in both ways we can say this. Now for example, we have a time 5:45 a.m. So we'll say são 5:45 horas. Okay. Or we can rather say são 5 horas e 45 minutos. Or we can say it is 15 to 6. Right? 15 मिनट में 6 बज जाएंगे. So it is 15 minutes to 6 a.m. How will you say that in Portuguese? Let's begin with são.
São
15
15
minutos
yes.
para 6.
6, yes, horas. Now, can we replace this 15 minutos and write something else in this?
Quarto.
Quarto. पौने 6 बजे हैं. Quarter to 6. Quarto. São quarto para 6. So in this way, whatever timing we have, it can be said in different ways. Okay. So I'll give you a small homework on this. I will send you some timings and you have to explore all the ways in which we can say the same timing. So for example, if I write something like 7:30 p.m. Okay. So in method 1, you can simply say 7:30. We'll always say it in the proper format. São 7:30 horas da noite or da noite. Second method, we will say the 24-hour clock format. So we'll say são 19:30 horas. Here we do not need to mention night. We just say 19:30 horas. Method 3. Okay. In method 3, we will use the word. Instead of saying 30 minutes, we'll use the word. So what is the word for 30 minutes? How do you say 30 minutes?
30 minutos.
30 minutos.
Yes, we do. But what if I want to avoid the word 30 minutes? What else I can use?
Meia.
Meia. Yes, that is
Meia.
meia horas. Okay. So these words, remember, quarto and meia. Quarto means 15 minutes and meia means 30 minutes in the context of the clock. Otherwise, quarto means quarter and meia means half. So there's no e meia horas. So like this, if I send you any number like this, I want you to explore all the possible ways in which you can write it. So I'll just send you 10 timings, 10 different timings, and I want you to explore all the possible ways. There can be 2 ways, 3 ways, or there can be only one way to write it. So I want you to explore all the possible ways in that. And apart from this, in this chapter, we have the different meals of the day. Okay. And a very important thing that we need to learn in this chapter is our daily routine. How to talk about the daily routine. So we will do that in the next class, in the upcoming class. I will show you how to talk about daily routine. And then you will also have a homework to write your own daily routine. And this is a very important part of the A1 level. We have almost 3 to 4 topics which you need to be able to speak about and write about, like your self introduction, talking about your family, talking about your profession, hobbies, and this daily routine thing. You should be able to talk about your daily routine by the end of A1. So this will be a very important topic that we will cover in the upcoming class. So anyone has any questions from today's class? Any questions that come to your mind from today's class? Okay, I'll share this document with you and I'll also share some homework. You can finish that homework. Next class we'll move on. So that's it for today. É tudo, gente. Muito obrigada. Tchau, tchau e boa noite.
Muito obrigada,
Boa noite.
Tchau,
Boa noite.
noite.
Obrigado. Boa noite.